Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, y'all? Getting it on and popping tonight. Got that closed. I just watched the end of the Aces and the Mercury. Aces just took a 3-0 lead in the finals. Last second shot. Asia Wilson is nothing but clutch. So that was a good. And me personally, I'm pulling for the Aces. Y'all know I am a Fever fan. I'm a Kelsey Mitchell, Indiana Fever fan. But if I'm going to get beat by somebody, I want to get beat by the eventual champions. That's how I feel about the situation. Let me get rid of this thing right here. You know what? I've been working on this. I keep getting my there we go. Let me just do close up. I changed my monitor. My monitor is vertical now. So when I do that big screen, I got to figure out a way to change it back. But let me mix my drink here. I'm trying not to drink so much coffee. So I got these new liquid IVs that with the natural caffeine in them. So, but in anyways, what's going on, good people? What's going on? Who's in the chat already? What's going on, Carlos? As usual, Chris, 3K, David McCoy, Quentin Fields, Alex, Tiffany, as usual. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Are we still worried about the Eagles? Are we still concerned about the long positive meeting? Is the Giants game going to be a get-right game for the Eagles? Now, I don't know if y'all saw my video that I put up today. It was a very short one, about 10 minutes. But I was watching the film. I got the 3 outside plays for Saquon. 3 plays. And every play, it looked like we had a failure on the offensive line. The offensive line is our problem right now. And that's just, let's keep it a buck. It's not Kevin Patullo. Now, not that he is not without criticism. That is not what I'm saying. But he is the low-hanging fruit, right? He's the easy name that everybody wants to talk about and everybody wants to mention as to why we are struggling. Now, you're not wrong. However, that last game against the Broncos was not on Kevin Patullo. We lost that game, and you guys keep hearing me say this term, and I'm going to use it for the rest of the year. This was a player execution failure. The guys on the field that was supposed to do their job didn't do their job. That's why we lost that game. We had too many stupid penalties. We had too many drive-killing penalties, and we shot ourselves in the foot, period. If we don't make mistakes on 3 big plays that should have been big plays in that game, we win by 3 touchdowns. Or at the very least, 9 points. I'd like to think if we in the red zone for 3 times and we're the number 1 team in the red zone in the NFL, if we down there 3 times, we going to score at least 1 or 2. That's a fair assessment. But every time we had an opportunity, we didn't catch the ball. We get the penalty, bring Devontae's big catch back. AJ shortchanges his route. Dallas Goedert shortchanges his route. And then Jahan Dotson foot is out of bounds. 2 inches to the left and to the right. it's a whole different outcome. So that's 4 plays where we killed ourselves. I'm using Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson made an incredible catch, but unfortunately, his left foot was 2 inches too far to the left and ultimately out of bounds. So while it looked phenomenal and it was great concentration, one-handed, all of that kind of stuff, everything was perfect with the exception of getting his feet in bounds. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But I got to count that as a missed opportunity. Got to count that as a missed opportunity. So am I worried a little bit? I'm not worried, but I ain't gonna lie. I am concerned about some of this because, in my opinion, take potential off the table. Take that off the table. I got to deal with the real. I got to deal with how we look. I got to deal with how we are playing at this point in time. That's what I got to deal with. So, I don't know if they're going to continue this. I don't know if they'll get better. Are we going to have another good half, bad half type thing? But I do know this. With the way we are playing right now on offense, there is no game that I would consider like an automatic. I ain't doing that no more. We are not that good. Not right now. We paper tigers. We look good on paper. We got the roster on paper, but it is not manifesting on the field. So I'm not looking at it that way. I can't do it. We have got to show up in these games and come correct for 4 quarters. We have to start doing that. Or we're going to go up to New York and get embarrassed. We have that potential. We are a better team, but we are not playing like the better team. And we scrapping and fighting and surviving to get these dubs. And it shouldn't be like that. We should not have had any problems with Denver. I'm sorry. We should not have had any problems with Denver. And I see the potential. I see the flashes that we have where no teams can really get with us. But we just can't keep that up for some reason. We can't keep it up. So I don't know what we need to do. I'll look at it from the standpoint for all the people that still want to blame it on Kevin Patullo. You got to look at it like this. Whether you like his play calling or not, if Kevin Patullo gives you a play, if everybody executes that play, it should be successful with our roster. It should be successful. Now, you might not like the timing. You might not like the scheme. All of those criticisms are valid. However, we have the personnel that I don't care if my great-grandson is calling plays. If everybody on the field executes properly, we should win every play. Cam Jurgens was getting drugged 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. We can't have that. We cannot have that. So those are the things that we got to straighten out. They call it, getting on the same page and whatever you want to call it. To me, that's irrelevant. You can call it getting on the same page, working harder. They're all different ways to say the same damn thing. We got to be better on the field. That's what it means. Getting on the same page, in my opinion, is an excuse. You didn't get it done, period. So, you ain't got to go no further than that. So, I'm trying to find this video. There it is. I can show y'all some of this video, and this is mine. But I want to show y'all this one play, and this is what I was talking about. Like, where we getting rocked. We getting rocked on the line of scrimmage. Is this playing? Yeah, I must be talking on it. Jurgens is hurt, bro. Jurgens, don't get it twisted. Jurgens is hurt. Here, I can show you this. Let me see if I can bring this up. Because this was the play that did it for me. Look at this play right here. I can't bring, you know what? I will second screen and unlock. Let me see if I can. There we go. Let me bring this up right here. Now y'all see in the back, right? And when I did the video, make sure y'all go back and watch this, right? So I'm handing it off. Jalen is handing it off to Saquon. But look at Jurgens. His man is already beat. And then look at the end man on the line of scrimmage. He gets beat. So Saquon should be able to get out here, and it's him and this guy. It's him and this safety. This guy should be taken care of. He got to wheel his hips around. And then Jurgens was going backwards all game. He did not win many fights on the line of scrimmage. But I think this is the one where I said, I think that's Granderson, I think. And because he's getting driven backwards, I need Saquon to go all the way out here, right? But because this guy flashes in front of his face, Saquon cuts it up. Watch what happens when Saquon gets to that corner. Got that. He's over. Looking at those guys right there in the middle. Granderson does not get that block. Come on, get to the next part. There we go. Oh, and I just messed it up again. All right, let me get off that. It's taking too much time. Yeah, we had opportunities and we just couldn't make the most of it. Couldn't make the most of it. And that was only 3 plays. They were all run plays. And you know, it's one thing when you don't execute. It's another thing when you just straight up get beat at the line of scrimmage. That's a problem. That's a problem. What's up, Key Shorty? That's why we're getting beat. We are not dominating and winning on the line of scrimmage. That is why we're getting beat. That is why Jalen Hurts is getting popped in the mouth. And then you add all of the other stuff on top of it. That's why we can't run. That's why, you know, after I saw those plays, that's why Saquon only got 9 carries. And then what? Saquon is a little injured. He's a little banged up now. And on top of that, Jalen's not throwing the ball well. Him and AJ and Devontae are not in sync downfield. So all of that type of stuff adds up, man. All of that type of stuff adds up. And we got to get better at that. We got to get better at that. We went through the same stuff last year when they went to Kellen Moore and said, hey, we need to start running the ball. And my thing is, and that's great, offensive line showing leadership, or the players on the team with the meeting with Jalen and Saquon and AJ, that's leadership. But you shouldn't have to need that. You shouldn't. You've been playing this game long enough. You know what you need on the field. There's nothing, when you have a meeting like that between Saquon, Jalen, and AJ, when you have a meeting like that and you're as good as you are, there's nobody better at running back than Saquon. There's nobody better at receiver than AJ Brown at times. Jalen does what he does like nobody else. Right? So there's nothing technical that you're going to accomplish in a meeting like that. There's not anything technical that you can talk about. Well, I got to work on my splits when I'm on the field, or we got to do this, or you know, I got to get my timing right. But when you give me the ball in the backfield, if I'm Saquon, like there's nothing technical that you need to work on when those 3 get together. So I guess my question is, what are they talking about? Are they just trying to refamiliarize each other and just be in each other's company? Because there is some merit in that. It doesn't have to be going over a game plan or anything like that. Or it can be. Hopefully they met over, sat at the table and they was watching some film. Hopefully. I don't think it was like that, but whatever the communication was, they needed it, right? Whatever it was they did, they needed it. And I'll leave it at that. I don't think it can be anything technical because AJ or Devontae or Saquon is not blocking on the offensive line. That's where the problem starts. But if they need to refamiliarize themselves and so they can get on the same page, whatever that means, if they can go over signals and all of that type of stuff, so be it. Whatever it takes. I ain't got to know the whys and the hows. I just need to know that it's done. And everybody gets so caught up in what's going on WIP and 97.5, they feel the same way. I don't need to know what they're talking about. I don't need the reporters to ask the same damn question 30 times in the interview. They're not going to give you the information on what they talked about. Stop asking. Stop asking. And even if they did tell you what they talked about, you wouldn't agree with it. It'll be somebody out there. It would end up becoming another talking point on WIP. And we don't need that because you ain't going to please everybody. And then you got them idiots on the radio that talk about how they don't like it, what they would do or what they should do. And it's like, you ain't never been in the locker room. Stop playing. Stop playing. You don't know how they think. You don't know how they handle pressure. You don't know none of that. On top of that, they got to go full speed, getting the head blocked off every play. So you gotta take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt. For as passionate as Philly is, they dig into the sports talk radio a little bit too much at times, but that is no different than any other fan base. Let me be honest with you. I'm from Ohio, so I am listening to everything that's happening to the Cincinnati Bengals and also the Cleveland Browns and all of the stuff with Shedeur. It's the same thing. It's the same game, different stadium. That's what it is. Same game, different stadium. You tend to listen to that stuff all the time, and what you end up doing as fans, we get unrealistic expectations. And that's the best way you got to describe it. Y'all know, if y'all been rocking with me long enough, y'all know I was riding. Two guys I was riding with, N'Kobe Dean and Keely Ringo. I told y'all a story about N'Kobe Dean. Met N'Kobe Dean at his football camp in South Jersey. Got a chance to talk to him for 5 minutes. Good dude. I'll text him back and forth. He'll respond, but that's more like good luck. Hope the rehab is going better. Things like that. Would I call him a friend? No. To me, a friend is somebody, if I call you, you're going to call me back. To me, that's a friend. N'Kobe, when I see him at Alumni Day or if I go to a game and we see each other, we recognize each other, good game today, dap each other up, and then we keep it moving. But at the very least, if I text something, promoting or just encouraging, he'll respond back. The other person is Keely Ringo. I think Keely Ringo got the size and the speed to be a good player, but it just hasn't manifested yet, and we tired of waiting. Now, his second game was better than his first game, so let's hope the third game is better than the second, and he keeps getting better and better and better, and he can eliminate some of these mistakes that he's prone to have. But I can't say much about the defense because, in my opinion, the defense is holding up their end of the bargain. I can't complain about the defense. Did they look great against Denver? Not really. But we should have outscored Denver, and we didn't. The defense did their job. Yes, they had penalties, and yes, they had some boneheaded plays too. And in spite of all of that, Denver was lucky to win that damn game. They took advantage of the opportunities that we gave them. You can't say we beat ourselves. When you say that, what you did is you gave the other team an opportunity to score, and they scored. They scored. We get a turnover, and we don't score off that turnover. What good was it? When you get that opportunity to score, you have to score. You got to put points on the board. We had drive killers that kept us from putting points on the board. We should have won that game by 3 scores at least. That should have been at least a 10 to 13 point victory over Denver. And the thing that concerns me is if we can't figure out what we need to do on our offense, or if we can't get guys in there, the backups, because everybody's banged up on the offensive line, if we can't get the backups to get in there and play up to par, we gonna get embarrassed. We gonna get embarrassed by the Giants. We gonna get embarrassed by the Commanders, and we gonna get embarrassed when we go back down there to Dallas. And I know y'all don't want that, but you got to keep it a buck. Dallas is playing good right now, and they got injuries too. So you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that. So, yeah, Chris, I'll drop the link a little bit later. We got to be able to, you know what? It's not complicated. It's not complicated. The more I talk about it, the more I feel like I'm trying to make it more complex than it actually is. And it's not. It's not complicated at all. Whether you like the plays or not, whether you like Kevin Patullo's play calling or not, whether I wish they would run Saquon outside more or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever play is called, win that play, period. How do you win a play? Everybody to a man has got to win their battle. That is what we are not doing. We are not winning the battles on the line of scrimmage. We won those battles last year. Saquon was ripping off 40, 50, 60-yard runs running up the middle. So while it irks me that we run up the middle so much, that was our bread and butter last year. So I can't be mad at it. I'm nitpicking. I believe I said that last year. I wish we could pitch them outside. I do get upset when I see other teams do it because it's not like that's a complicated play call. Get the formation you want, figure out if they're in man or zone, and attack it. Pitch the ball outside, let them run to the corners. That simple. So, yeah, that's a good point. They don't hate play calls, they hate play results. And everybody, even everybody that was bitching about not running the ball 9 times in the game with Saquon Barkley, everybody was bitching about that. If we make those 3 catches that we drop, let's just say Devontae Smith, AJ Brown and or Dallas Goedert. Take whatever catch you want. Both of them slowed up on the route. Devontae Smith, Dallas or AJ, and that catch by Jahan Dotson. If we convert those plays, totally different conversation. Nobody's talking about Kevin Patullo's play calling. Nobody. So we got to execute better. Gonzo, pass blocking has been, yes, average at best. Average at best. Like I said, we are not winning the line of scrimmage, and the get off has got to be better. When y'all watch the game, there's a term I use, I call it get off. What the get off is, you watch the line of scrimmage. When our offensive line fires off, do they go forward or do they go backwards? There's one play that I use as an example. Cam Jurgens, the center, got driven backwards. That means we didn't win the get off. Getting off the line of scrimmage. That's what you got to win. We got to go forward, and the defense can't drive us back. And that's not what we're getting done right now. Landon Dickerson is hurt. So we got to go with who they going with, Matt Pryor or Brett Toth, whoever it is. You know, you can get nervous when they in the game, but guess what? You might as well get used to it because they in the game and they ain't coming out. So it is what it is. Vic Stoutland, Jeff Stoutland, you got your work cut out for you this week because you got a short week and you got to get Brett Toth ready to play left guard. And that hasn't been good in the past. So let's hope, for what they're going to do in practice, that he can be mentally ready. Now, is he physically ready to handle what's coming his way? I don't know. Is he going to be able to hold the block? Is he going to be able to pick up the blitz? I hope so. That's what you work on in camp. But there's a reason why guys don't start. There's a reason why there's a difference between being a starter, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, and being just a guy. There's plenty of just regular old guys on every team that start. But you got to have some special type of players to really make your squad stand out. That's what we got. We just haven't been shown it on offense. Defense has been fine. Quignon, they got roughed up a little bit. It's going to happen because you're going up against all-pro wide receivers. You're going up against, even though they might not be Pro Bowl names, most wide receivers can ball. Other guys get paid too. So we got to pick it up and handle our business. We have not been able to handle our business for 4 quarters yet. Haven't been able to do that. And that's what they got to figure it out. That's what they got to figure out, man. So we'll see what's going to happen. We will see what's going to happen. But let me drop the link real quick. If you want to come on the show and express your opinion, you can do that. So yeah, we got to get out the bottom of them lists, man. We got to get out the bottom of them lists, Gonzo. That's not the place we want to be. But one thing I said the other day, Kevin Patullo does not throw a block. He does not throw a pass. He does not pick up the blitz. He does not jump off sides. He does not get pass interference. None of that. Kevin Patullo doesn't do any of that. So you can't blame it on him. All he does is draw plays and he calls the play. Now, again, we can get mad because we don't like the scheme. We don't like what he's doing against zone coverages and all that type of stuff. But guess what? Until we show that we can handle it, that's what we're going to see for the rest of the year. They might not never run man coverage against us. If we can't beat zone and we continue to do the same things we do. If we continue to run the same offense and we don't have different routes for zones, because it's not been working. And everybody knows that because everybody's watching tape. And they probably laughing at the Eagles like, damn, didn't they run that shit in week 1? That's what people are saying against us. So, it is what it is. What's up, Chris?
What's happening with it, Coach? What it do?
It's all good, man. Trying to figure out. We got a short week. Tomorrow we got to get busy in New York.
Absolutely. I love that little film breakdown. I took a look at it earlier on Saquon's runs that you kind of broke everything down that's going on with the offensive line. And that's the biggest issue that we got. That offensive line, particularly in the run game, is, guys is hurting. Cam and Landon are obviously hurting. You can see it on how they getting pushed back as soon as the ball is snapped. I mean, Saquon he don't got a chance right now. You know what I'm saying? Guys in his face before, sometimes as soon as he gets the handoff. So,
well, that's why I wish they would pitch him outside more.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Give him a chance. It stretches the defense out. It sets up some cut lanes for you, and it's easier to block.
Absolutely. That best run,
you go inside.
Yeah, the best run he had on Sunday was a toss out
It
the
was a
gun.
toss.
And they got him outside, and he had a
Well,
chance to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get the cutback lane, and he took it for 17. Could have took it to the house, but he took it for 17, and it's like you would think the more opportunities you give him like that, the more likely he's going to be successful, and it'll obviously help the team. So, but
yeah,
after
you would
after
think.
kind of yeah, but I was kind of saying, like, after looking, kind of taking a look back after the first five. I mean, obviously, at first, I think the initial knee-jerk reaction is Patullo and, people, or even me thinking he was this bad. But when I look at it, especially Sunday, because that was the most recent game, I mean, it's clearly the players. And I'm not as optimistic in terms of just believing, especially offensive, because I do think, like what you said, I think overall, I think the defense has shown, they've kept us afloat for real. If you talk about which
Yeah.
side of the ball is doing better, they've
Yep.
definitely kept us afloat. They've kept us in games. They've taken the ball away. I mean, the special teams, if you want to consider that a part of defense, like they've done about as much as they can do, given the fact that one, the defense lost more guys than the offense did in the offseason. They lost way more, dude. They lost. I mean, you look at what Milton and Sweat and Isaiah Rodgers is doing. Like they lost a lot, and for them to be as competitive as they are, as early as it is, they've held up their end of the bargain so far. I think at least pretty decently. But offensively, I'm like, I
Well,
just
we knew they
don't.
were gonna. We knew the boys, Ojomo,
Mm-hmm.
Ojulari, Jalen Carter. We knew Jahad Campbell was gonna play. We
Yeah,
already know about Coop and Quinyon. So
yeah.
Makuba stepped in and he's been making plays.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew that was happening, and all of
Mm-hmm.
those guys, even the young guys, is everybody's paying dividends on defense. You're
They
gonna
are.
get beat a couple times. It happens.
Yeah, I
Guys are
mean,
too good on offense.
absolutely. And you can understand it because you said a lot of these guys, like the guys are good on offense, and a lot of these guys is first time guys is playing, major roles. So you can expect some of the growing pains, like some of the stuff with Makuba or Jihad at
Absolutely.
times. They're going even Quinyon and Coop, those are still second year guys. Like they're not 5, 6 years in. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to grow through what they, some of the things that they mess up on. But offensively, obviously the offensive line is the biggest problem, but still like even the lack of cohesion between, Jalen and the receivers on the scramble drill. Like, I don't get like you got probably one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in the league. And when he gets out the pocket, don't nobody look like they got a clue where to go. Like
Now
Dallas,
that is practice.
yeah,
That's where I would look at Sirianni's like, all right, how often do you practice this?
yeah,
Or it is quite possible that the guys on the field they freestyling a little bit.
could be. It
Could
could
be.
be.
So
It could be a little bit of both. Because I know Aaron Rodgers was the king of that, especially in Green Bay, like the scramble thing. But they said they used to practice that though. Like they would purposely practice when he would get off script and
right.
guys would, intentionally run to certain areas of the field. Like that was practice. And for us, it's kind of like guys are just, maybe like you said, freestyling. If they ain't practicing it, I don't know. But
You're right.
I'm just of the mindset, look, the offense is going to have to show me, man. I don't care who. Like I said it, you said it a few weeks back. Like the way we playing offensively right now, there's no layup game. Like I heard some people call these next 2-3 games potential get right games. I'm like, I don't believe that for 1 second. They gonna have to prove it. Like,
Well, a get right game, it means you go back to what you were doing and what you do best.
I'm trying to
But
figure out what we was doing.
we don't. At the beginning of the year, we looked at the Giants like this is a gimme.
Yeah,
This is a gimme. We not worried about beating the Giants. We gonna beat the Giants. You can't say that now.
nah,
You can't say that now.
can't say that.
We should have said the same thing against Denver.
Should have for sure. Well, that's because I said it a few weeks ago. I said I think I was on another show. I said when your offense is performing up to par, it gives you a certain margin of error where the defense ain't got to be so perfect all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you putting up, like for example, you said, even though I had my thoughts a little bit on the defense on Sunday, at the end of the day, they only gave up 21. If you
Correct.
putting up 27, 28, 30 with the kind of weapons we got, that shouldn't be that hard. If you putting up them type of points, you don't have a problem with the team scoring 21 because you putting up 28, 27. So
Yep.
you can still make up for that. But we can't do that because our offense is so, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, we 31st in passing, we're like 30th in scoring. Like it's just bad. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. And I'm like, Patullo is low-hanging fruit because everybody needs somebody to blame. But it's like,
Yeah.
even if he isn't perfect, y'all got to start looking at the games and start really assessing like the players are in position to make plays, especially Sunday, because that was the most recent one, and they're not doing it. That wasn't Patullo's fault. And the plays you listed that you talked about, you didn't even include the penalties. You
Right.
just talked about the the miscommunications, or Jahan's
Well,
play
that
or
the
AJ's play.
penalties are all inclusive when you say shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Shot yourself, yeah, yeah. But that was the plays that you mentioned that would have led to scoring. That was not even including the penalties. Imagine how many more points we probably left on the board with the penalties and the
well, that was
plays
the
that.
that was the Devontae Smith catch.
Yeah, the Devontae catch was one. You had when they were driving. Oh no, that might have been the same drive with the illegal man downfield. But either way,
Yep.
the amount of plays that, and I think they had another play where I think they did pitch Saquon outside, but AJ had a false start, and it
Right,
looked like he
right,
might
right,
have had
right,
some
right, right.
room. He might have had some room to run. So
Absolutely.
again, these is all player execution things I mean, not we, but people are blaming Patullo for everything. It's like, nah, I'm not saying he's been perfect, but even him too. He's a first-time OC. He's going through growing pains, even if he ain't perfect. Like, he learning on the job too. It just so happens he got probably the highest profile job, or one of them in the league. You the OC
Pretty
for the
much.
defending Super Bowl champs with the load of talent that we got. You know what I'm saying? That's
Pretty
not an
much.
easy job. So it's like, yeah, I think what's been frustrating me the past couple of days is the amount of lazy takes, man. I know you kind of talked about it quite a bit, how people in the media, they just go what they go with. But between blaming Patullo for everything or trying to blame AJ for everything, I'm like, yo,
Yeah, it is
that
what it
ain't,
is, man. You can't. It's
yeah,
unavoidable now, but
yeah, it's
I'm
just so
I'm
lazy.
I find that I've gotten very good at just turning it off.
Yeah, I had it's funny you said. I told myself that day. I said, listen, outside of coach show, profane talk, I'm gonna have to unplug from everything else ego related, man. I can't do no more of this
Yeah.
lazy narrative blaming AJ and blaming Patula. I'm like, AJ ain't did nothing wrong like that, and he ain't lied
Nope.
about nothing. Go look at those numbers. You tell me what he mad about if he's wrong.
Yep. I'm gonna start doing in the future. I'm working on doing more like film study stuff
Yeah, please do.
because you can't. That is not subjective.
No, it's not. Thank you. Film don't
It
lie.
is. It is what it is. The big guy in the sky don't lie.
That's the
So
facts.
and when I looked at, because I was looking at the plays specifically, I was like, all right, why are we not? Let's look at the success rate when we run Saquon outside, and then Jalen was under center one time. I was like, this is perfect. This is what I'm talking about. And then I saw Landon Dickerson get beat. Then I saw Cam Jurgens. I mean, that was a handoff, and Cam Jurgens got beat before Jalen could get Saquon the ball.
Yeah, you had it, I think, on one of the clips in the film study.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was horrible. But that's been happening all year so far.
So, they got to get better at that, man. And
Yeah. And
they see it on film. They
and
see it on film.
that's the thing. And that's what athletes, I think they get, is that every sport that you've ever played, if you ever played organized sports, at least at a high school level, you've all understood what film sessions really mean. You know what I'm saying? Because people can tell you this and take, but when you get in that film room and it's just you and them coaches in that dark room,
Boy, they see everything.
everything is, and the thing
Everything.
about film is not opinionated. It's not about who like who. It is strictly factual. This is literally what happened on given play on that particular game. And it's like, like I said, the eye in the sky don't lie. So it's no need for the
Man, and I
narrative.
used to, man, when I was in college, I ran for 300 yards against Marshall
Mm-hmm.
as a red shirt freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And when we watched that tape, they found the one mistake I made, and they run that joker back about 10 times in a row.
Exactly. Because I
It's
think,
like, and they do that just to let you know, like, hey, yes, you had a phenomenal game. Yes, you had a record-breaking game, but it's not always on you. You're not perfect. You made mistakes. Like, they do that to humble you and keep you like grounded. Like, we can find something with everybody. I don't care if you rush for 10 yards or 100 yards.
exactly,
Don't matter. They're gonna get you.
yeah, because I think it's understood. Like athletes, and even if it's not said, maybe, but I know coaches' mindset is process over result. Like you might have
Absolutely.
like I said, you might have had the 300-yard day, but you could have maybe had 600 if you hit this gap or you did this right. Like it
Right.
might have been like and that's where I think the fans don't get, like when an AJ saying something and you said, well, we're just winning. It's like, no, he's telling you that way of winning ain't gonna keep working. Like we gonna
Yeah.
be in trouble if we keep doing that. But people
He
are
was
so
right
quick to.
last year, and he was right
He's
this year.
right. He's right. Yeah, he was right both times because he
Yep.
said it. Like when he said, I remember. I think I actually came across one of the old clips you had about the whole passing thing, and the next week they came out against Pittsburgh, I think, and they threw it all over the place. And it was like, oh, was he wrong? Like he wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
But people are just so, quick to be like, oh, he's selfish, or or whether it's Petula, blaming Petula. I'm like,
Yeah.
if
Everybody want to say they're right.
yeah, and I'm like, no, and then even like you said, the run pass ratio, I didn't have a problem with the 9 carries because the plays that were missed, if those plays are made, we're not talking about the pass ratio, the run
Right.
ratio. You're not talking about none of that even matters. Jalen probably throw for close to 400, and they win going away. But
Yep.
because
Even if they would have caught one of those three
just
or four
one,
plays, just
it
one,
changes the whole game.
changes the whole conversation.
It does.
So,
And we're not talking about run pass ratio. Instead, we're saying, well, man, did you see Jalen go up against that defense and he lit him up without a run game? Like, see, but now because guys don't do their job, it's got to be Petulo, or they tried to cater to the wide receiver who was complaining. Like, nah, bro, that's just lazy. So I hate it. But I just hope they come out ready to. I know defensively they'll do what they're supposed to do, but I hope offensively they can give us a 60-minute game, man. I'm just consistent,
yeah,
good
you and me
offense.
both, man. You and me
I
both.
hope they, and then obviously they can get up out of MetLife all healthy because it's, what I'm saying, it's a little bit tricky up there. But
Yeah, that turf is not fun.
no, it's not. It's not. And what's funny is because they're gonna have the World Cup. I think in New York they're gonna have some games next summer, and I think
Yep.
the federation was like, "We're not playing on that turf, y'all. Like we not doing that." So it's kind of unfortunate. Like, I don't know why they got the NFL players playing on it every year, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I just hope they can go out there and play 60 minutes of good offensive football. I know I'm pretty confident, especially because New York is so depleted offensively, but I know what the defense is going to do.
Yeah, I agree, but we always tend to have problems where we shouldn't have problems.
That's why I said I hope. I hope. That's
Yep.
all I got. All I got is hope. I can't definitively say it. So
I
we'll
hope
see.
you're right, man. I'm tired of the mediocrity.
It's
From
oh my
half to
god.
half.
Oh my god.
So
It really is mediocre. That's the way you said it. Like
yep.
it's half to half, and so But yeah, I'll shoot. You'll be live tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream live. Matter of fact, I was working on some animations. I'm working on some new emotes, and I'm putting together. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do let me see. I gotta make a first down animation.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta make an animation for when the defense gets a sack. And I was gonna do this one where I have what was I thinking? Did I write this down? Oh, the I was gonna have bars like jail bars pop up from the bottom of the screen,
Oh, okay.
and then it was gonna say Quinyanamo Bay
Oh,
just
okay.
for the plays. So I'm thinking of stuff like that. So when something happened in the game, I can Quinyon Mitchell makes a good play, I can pop that up Quinyanamo Bay, or Jalen makes a good play. I got a one that says him with the number 1 where the I should be, like stuff
Okay.
like that. So I'm creating all these emotes, and then I got to do. I'm working on this one. I got to get into my After Effects bag, but
That's gonna be
whenever I
dope.
get a super chat, I'm putting together an animation for super chats,
Oh, okay.
and it's gonna look like a slot machine.
Oh yeah, that's
So
dope.
I'm working on stuff like that. That's the stuff I get into on top of the WNBA
Yeah.
finals. Aces won game 3.
Yeah, they're 3-0, right?
They up 3-0. I hope they sweep them. I want them to sweep Mercury so bad.
When is
I want
game
them to
4?
sweep them so
Friday?
bad. Huh?
Game 4 is Friday?
I believe so.
Game
I want them to be done with it. And I gotta make a couple videos about the NCAA women's getting started. So
Yeah.
I had a guy come on today and told me that I mean it's on the internet, so I don't know. I can't verify what he said, but I don't know him, and he ain't got no reason to lie to me. But he said he's in California, and he ran into Juju Watkins in the elevator because he is rehabbing his knee injury.
Oh,
And
okay.
he said he thinks that Juju Watkins is going to play this year. And I was like, really? So we'll see.
When
We'll
did
see.
she tear her AC? That was that this year, or was that the end of last year?
That was in the tournament.
Oh, that was in March.
Yeah, that was during the tournament. That was like in the second round of the tournament. And then after that, I remember that game, Kiki Iriafen went off that game after Juju got hurt. And then the next game when they played UCLA,
Yeah.
she didn't do anything. Lauren Betts basically shut her down.
Yeah, nah, well, Juju did play this year. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Well, you got to remember, she got hurt in the tournament. So usually at the time when she got injured, like a couple days afterwards, everybody was talking about it was going to take her a year to get back. So if it took her a calendar year to bring it back, even if it took, like, let's say instead of a year, it took 9 months, she's still going to miss the whole basketball season based on that timeline.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe she saw some of her boyfriends, some of their orthopedic doctors.
Yeah.
Maybe she went to the Commanders and they did something for her.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. That'll be interesting. But yeah, man, I just hope tomorrow we get a performance, man. And I'm of the mindset, if I see a 21-17 win tomorrow, it'd be just as bad as a loss. I need to see something.
It depends on how. It depends on how.
Man,
I'll be happy with the win, but I do want some dominance.
But it got to be coached.
But it's hard to say that when we got so many injuries. Look, we got to keep it a buck. We got a lot of injuries, and we got injuries at key positions. We got injuries at center, and our left guard is a turnstile right now.
Yeah.
So we got to be able to shore that up. So, it's how it goes. It's how it goes down, man. It's how it goes down.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, I think the next three we got the Giants twice, and we got the Vikings in between. Those games I think we should be able to handle. Well, the Vikings one could be tricky. Well, that'll be tricky with the way we play, but the Brian Flores aspect of it with the Vikings really makes it tricky a little bit. But I'm looking at what we got coming after the bye: Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas.
Dallas is going to be tough.
Yeah, because Dallas is explosive offensively. They can put them up.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't want to get that far ahead.
Oh, no.
Because we might have a totally different conversation by the time we get to the break. Hopefully, and this is my prayer. Hopefully, when we get to the break, the conversation will be, that's the Eagles team I've been looking for.
Yeah, I hope.
Hopefully, that will be the conversation.
Yeah.
Brian, I know Brett Toth is not good, but that's who we got. So that's who we got to go with. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I gotta continue to have supreme confidence in Jeff Stoutland and everybody that goes to Stoutland University that he will have Brett Toth ready to play. I have to believe that until I see different. So that's how I'm gonna hang my hat on it.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm with you. I'm hoping that because we got three left, I think, before the bye. So
yeah,
hopefully we, in an ideal world, hopefully we can go into the bye potentially 7-1, but more importantly, playing the style that you said where you're confident in, like, yeah, this team is the last 3 games they're looking like what we think they can be, especially offensively. Right. I know defensively they've been hanging in there pretty well, but offensively. Man, have we scored? I think we scored 30 against Tampa. That was it, right?
Yeah.
We'll
see. If
Saquon
is hurt, I want to see Shipley. I want to see Bigsby.
Yeah,
Bigsby can run that rock.
Yeah, he's been only on special teams so far. Right?
I know. That's why they got him. But I would rather see Bigsby in there than Will Shipley.
Give him a look. I think AJ Dillon, when he's got his rushing touches, he been pretty good. I mean, he ain't been bad.
Every time he get a chance to run the ball, he runs the ball. I ain't got no problem with him. I wouldn't mind giving him 5 carries a game.
I wouldn't, especially if Saquon. They said his knee is kind of sore or whatever. Like, look,
Yeah, they said he gonna play, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
yeah, I hope. But we'll definitely see, Coach. I'll be in the chat for sure tomorrow or tomorrow. And like I said, hopefully we can get a good performance for 60 minutes, man.
Yep.
Because I can't
Hopefully.
take another 14-17 or whatever kind of game. I'm not. Even if it's a win, Coach, I'm not going to lie. I'll be up in here after. I'll be talking to him like, Coach, that was ugly.
Yep.
So,
all right, brother.
Appreciate you always. Go Birds.
You got it, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Big rings. Yeah, I think Nakobe's going to be. So here's what I'm hearing. And again, I'll believe it when I see it. Jahad Campbell might go down to the edge in some different schemes and variations to keep Nakobe in there as a run stopper. But how do you have Nakobe and Zach Bond and Jahad Campbell on the field at the same time? I trust that Vic Fangio is going to find a way to do that. And let's not forget, Jahad Campbell played edge at Alabama. He knows how to play. He knows how to put his hand in the dirt. And somebody that fast that can get around that corner will be useful. But again, just like I said about Stoutland, Vic Fangio is the same way. I have supreme trust in Vic Fangio. He hasn't steered us wrong yet. So I am quite comfortable what he's going to come up with. We just have to make less mistakes than the other team. That's what it comes down to. Less mistakes. Yeah, the Giants offensive line is struggling. They struggling. So this is a good get back game. We should handle business and we should be okay. But we gotta do it on the field. We can't talk about it. So Key Shorty said Campbell will get a sack if he put on the edge. I hope to see it. Because he's a beast down there. He can play either way. He's versatile like that. And I hate that it should take a situation to show that. You should already have situations where he's in different positions. We should already have that. I want to see Jahad Campbell walking up and down the line of scrimmage like Myles Garrett, like Micah Parsons used to do for the Cowboys. Jahad Campbell is that good. So we'll see. Mauro Jomo's been playing pretty well. So we got to get it going. Got to get this get back game, but there are no guarantees, man. None. So that's why you play the game. So I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, and to the point tonight. So yeah, we've been rocking for 55 minutes. That went quick too. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, and to the point. I still got a lot of work to do. I will be on tomorrow, probably around the game starts at 8:15, I think. Let me see. What time does the game start? Phillies are up 4-1, by the way. 8th inning, no outs. And Phillies are up. Kepler just walked. So that's good. We got 8 hits on the day. So looking good. 4-1. I take that back. Yeah, 4-1. I'm tripping. And Castellanos is up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. So I don't know. I don't forget what I'm looking for now. Yeah, Key Shorty. Tell your friends. Remember, I'm still trying to reach that goal to get to 100 lives on the stream. We got to get 100 viewers on the stream. That's the goal to average around 100 and then go from there. Because I'll be looking at my guy Tom Grossi. That joke could be having like 15,000 people on the live stream. I'm like, man, how can I be down? But I'm working on it. This is a slow grind. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and we gonna get it done. So I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna finish watching the the end of the Phillies game. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bring a friend. So we're going to get started tomorrow. Oh, that's what I was looking up. What time is the game tomorrow? Hold on. What time is the game tomorrow? Philadelphia at New York, 8:15. So I will probably get started at like 8 o'clock. Probably around somewhere between 7:45 and 8. So I'll have it. So I appreciate everybody jumping in the chat. Like I said, I want to keep it moving. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And let's hope that the Eagles look a little bit better than they have lately. All right? Check y'all later. Go Birds.